So let's quickly revise what we have learned till now about dictionary mainly. I think in last lecture we have learned more about the dictionary, and today also we will continue and try to finish uh, whatever there is in dictionary, right? So we have seen what's the skeleton of the dictionary, what are the functions and all, and some differences with the existing data types, right? So differences like string. So string is immutable, right? String is an immutable, ordered and duplicate, and which allows duplicates also. Whereas list is a mutable. Mutable means it can be editable, right? It can be editable. So this is a editable. It is an ordered, and what it is, it allows duplicates also. Whereas with tuple also allow duplicates, and the dictionary string also allows me what it is, duplicates. Whereas tuple is immutable, closure set is immutable, and string is immutable, right? And set does not allow duplicates value, whereas closure set also does not allow duplicate value, and dictionary, we learned yesterday, it also does not allow duplicate values, right? And dictionary again, it is unordered like frozen set and set, whereas it is a mutable one. Right? It is a mutable one and it has a key value here. Okay, key value here. So this is the main difference between set and dictionary, that it has a key value pairs. Otherwise, it also does not allow duplicate values. It is also unordered. It is also mutable, right? So this is some example. So dictionary to set example is like this. It is also inside a curly braces. Also values are separated by commas. But here, if you see values closely, these are uh, like uh, like a single item. Whereas in the dictionary, these are, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, right? So this is how it is. And if you see list, differences in list and set or other things, so list is square braces, whereas frozen set does look like a set, but at the start it has a frozen written. And tuple, this is like enclosed in the round braces or parentheses. And string we already know, right? Now, now the next thing is, one second. Now the next thing is that we have learned is, like, even if a you know uh, there is an empty dictionary, it returns as a dictionary, right? So this is also called as set, right? Set B कुछ इस तरीके से we write, right? But if it is empty, we call it as a dictionary. Okay. So if you check the type of dictionary one, type of dictionary, dictionary one, type of the dictionary one, and if you run this, type, so you will see it is a dictionary. ठीक है. So earlier we used to write something like इसको said भी लिख दो ना, या कुछ भी लिख दो, that is a variable, right, at the end. So I have given the same example in while we were learning set, right? So we get an output as a dictionary. Okay. So it doesn't matter what data, what name you give it to it. Okay. Doesn't, it does not matter. But the thing is, if you return, if there is no value in this curly braces, that is called as a dictionary. Okay. It is called as a dictionary. Then we have seen some example. Then we have seen some example, that is curly braces. इसमें like a very simple example of a dictionary. Right? Very simple example of a dictionary where we have seen this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value. Okay. And then some more example where we tried and checked what is the type. So type is a dictionary. We try to print the dictionary how it looks. It looks like this. We also tried to print out what is the length of the dictionary. If you see, the length is 3. Basically, this is one item, this is another item, and this is another item. So, combiningly, key and value pair are a one item, right? Key and value pair are one item. Then we also seen this is unordered because we cannot really access item using indexing, right? Meaning this is not a zeroth item. This is not the first item. This is not the second item. And this is not the fourth item, right? Right? One, two, three, and four. This is not how it is work. You can access the values using key. So, if you know what is the key, you can get the value of that particular value that we have seen in next example. So, the same example we have taken, right? When we tried using the indexing, so it does give us a error. But if you ask ENP of a department, right? So this is the dictionary of department. So we should get an IT as an output, right? So we got an IT as output. Similarly for city, we got New York. The city is this. So what you have to do is you basically have to write a name of a dictionary, EMP, and then you need to mention whatever thing you want. Like let's say I want value as a John, so I will take name as an input. I will put it here. If I run this, I will get output. Alright, so this has to be run first. Right? So now if I have put name here, so I got John as output. So this is a key and this is a value, right? So I have given a very nice example that uh, that if you have a door, right? Let's say this is a door. So even this get function is also a door. And if you put some key there, so now these are key, right? These are key. Name, salary, department. So if you put a key as a department, so you will get output or you will find a value as IT because the value of a department is IT in the dictionary. Right? In the dictionary. These are the values, right? This is how you need to think. So when we learned get function, here also it works the same. So this is one example of a dictionary. Now I am saying EMP. EMP is an employee dictionary. Dot get name. So we are saying the name is the key now. Name is the key. Whatever the value assigned to that particular key, we will get. That is a John. Right? Similarly, if I say EMP, get EMP as an employee dictionary, get what is the department. So whatever the value which is assigned to that particular department, we get it. That is IT, right? That is IT. And similarly, get salary. So we got salary, get age, we got age. And if the value does not present, it does not throw an error there, but it returns nothing. Right? It returns nothing. Then we also see the function that is keys, values, and items. Okay, keys, values, and items. So if you see a dictionary, here we said politicians, right? So poll as a dictionary, dot keys. So if you say dot keys, you will get all the keys. So Modi is a key, Yogi is a key, Rajnath is a key, Yashwant is a key. You got all the keys there. Similarly, if you see poll dot values, so you will get all the values, right? Like PM, Home Minister, and FF. And similarly, if you say like poll.items, so what you will get is you will get all the pairs of uh, you know key value pairs. So this is key, this is value, this is key, this is value, this is key, this is value. Okay. So this is how you will get everything. Okay, everything. So I hope this is clear and no confusion here till now. No confusion here till now. And next we have also seen. So this is also I have taught in the next example. First, like I wanted to change Modi's value. So he is now PM, but I wanted to make as a PM of India. So what I will do is I will say the name. I will write the name of a dictionary. Right? I will write the name of a dictionary. Then I will assign some another value. Like instead of PM, I assign PM of Modi. So here in the updated dictionary, you can see Modi is equals to PM of India, not just a PM, right? Not just a PM. Again, here also, instead of Yogi's value as a CM, I wanted to change as CM of India. So this is how we got the output. So the now updated dictionary look like this: PM of India, CM of India, HM, FM. So here also we have changed the H1's value from FM, that is finance minister, to the CM, right? So that is what it is. We also seen some for loop, right? We also seen some for loop. So for loop does work on the uh, dictionary. So you just have to say for I in dictionary name and whatever you specify here. If you see values, so you will only deal with values. If you see keys, you will only deal with keys. And if you see items, so it is a mixture of combination of keys and values, right? Keys and values. So you need to understand this very nice, like correctly, because today probably we will be looking into for loop quite much, right? Quite much. So just giving you one more. Uh, so what is it is, so let me run this, copy this, and explain you a little bit so that you will have some idea what we are doing here. So if I say, so this is my dictionary, right? Modi as PM, Yogi as CM, Rajnath as HM, Yashwant as FM. Okay. So now if I say for I in whole, or let it not be here, instead of here, I wanted to explain the for loop. That is also a for loop. Now let's see. So if I say for I in poll dot values, right? For I in poll dot values, so what will happen? This I will go and only check values PM, PM, HM, and final semester, right? Only values. It will not touch to these keys. So if these keys are like this is none like this is it does not concern about the keys. But whereas if I say keys, right? For I in poll dot keys, so what will happen is it will check this I particularly will check keys. And then diagonal, right? Like this. So this is the main difference between poll or like dictionary dot values. So values will only concern about the values, and for keys will only concern about the keys. Okay, keys will only concern about the keys. And additionally, if you say items, so item is a combination of keys and values. So this is key, this is a value, this is key, this is value, key and value. Right. Next thing that we have learned is how to how we can change the item in the dictionary. Okay, how we can change the item in the dictionary. So very first thing that we have taken as a example, that is a mobile brand dictionary. Whereas it's a dictionary of brand name and uh, their what you can say premium product or most selling product. Okay, so Samsung has Galaxy as a most selling product. Apple has iPhone as most selling product. Nokia has Lumia. OnePlus has Nord as most selling product. Okay, but now if I see the trend has been changed and I wanted to change the value of this particular key, which is Samsung's value to the from Galaxy to S25, because like their new product is running really great. So what I have done is I've said mobile brands and then a key, right? In a square braces, I've added a key and I've changed the value to 25, S25. Then what will happen? The assigned value of this particular key will get changed to S25, right? And you can see the new updated list, new updated dictionary, whereas earlier it was Galaxy, now it is S25, right? S25. So this is a key, this is a value, and again key, value, key, value. And other things have not changed there if you check. We have only changed, we have only assigned Samsung is equals to S25, and this is how it got changed. Okay. Then we have seen this update function. Okay, update function. So we took these two dictionaries. First is employee one, where the employee name is John, age is 30, city is New York, salary is 50,000, department is IT. Okay, so the new data that we have created, that's employee ID as employee ID name as employee name as John and salary as same, and employee department is IT. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to add this particular new data into the initial data. ठीक है यहाँ पर I want to add. So what I will say, employee one, this one, right? Update new data. Add like basically employee one में update कर दो नया data. ठीक है? Employee one में update कर दो new data, right? Like this. So now if you see here, this is John, age 30, city New York, salary 50, department IT, right? And now here, like employee ID as employee ID, employee name is a John, employee salary is a salary, and employee department is a IT. So this has basically got added into a employee one. Okay, employee one. Then this is another example that I had given to you. So it looks like this. So dictionary one में dictionary two add करना था. I wanted to add dictionary two inside a dictionary one. So I said dictionary one dot update dictionary two. Okay. Then this is also we have seen set default function. This is basically uh, like it can be used as a get function also. It can be used as adding for addition of function. Like so now if I say name equals to John and also set default name equals to John, it does not do anything. Basically, it does not do anything. If I also say like this, if I say only name, okay, only name, if I return this, so I will get John. So basically, this also work as a get function. Okay. If I say set default ID equal to 101, so if you see there is no ID equal to 101 in this particular dictionary, but in the result you can see one item has been added. Okay. So this is also used as a to add an item. Okay. And if you only mention the value of a key, only key, if you mention only key, the value will get added as a none. Okay, value will get added as a none. So this is how you can add the items or update the items from the dictionary. Okay. Now, if you see, if we see how to remove the items from the dictionary. Okay. How to remove the items from the dictionary. So the very first thing that we have taken is example, that is a dictionary of January as first one, February as second one, March as third one. So this is a key, this is a value, this is key, this is value, and so on. But for some reason I don't like this April month because it's too hot. So I want to pop it out. Popping out means I want to remove this, right? So I want to remove this. I want to remove this one. So if I just have to say new dictionary, whatever the dictionary name is, pop April. April as in only key. Okay, only I only added the key. Not I don't want to add a value, right? I don't want to add a value. So if I say pop dot April or sorry new dictionary dot pop of April, if you see the new dictionary, there is no April, right? January, February, March, May. There is no April. Right? April is missing there because we have popped it out, popping out, right? Right. So very gross example is like someone gets a pimple, right? Someone gets a pimple on their face. So what we do is, what not we do, someone pop it, the pinch कर देते इसको. So what happens? The material gets popped out. So similarly, if you pop some item out, this April, if you want to pop out, so it will get eliminated from the particular dictionary. Okay. What will happen if you don't add anything in the pop? Like what will happen? Basically, nothing happens. It throws an error. You need to mention something inside it in order you to get that element or that item popped out. Okay. Then there is this pop item function, which is again similar to the pop function, which again removes people or items from the dictionary. So this is a new dictionary that we have taken. Cricketers list, right? So we have Sachin who scored more than 200, Dhoni who scored more than 50, Kohli 75, Rohit 80, so on. Okay. So we want to pop items. So in this pop item, you don't really have to mention anything. It randomly deletes the item from the set or dictionary. So it deleted save first. Then if I again run it, you see now this is one list. So if I run this again, Rohit will get. If I run this again, Kohli will get out. Then if I run this again, Dhoni will get out. Right. So this is how the pop item function works. Okay. But if you mention someone's name, like Sachin Pandey's name, like a key, it does not get filled. It throws an error. Right. So this is a very basic difference between pop and pop item. So in pop you explicitly have to mention the name of a key, but if you don't mention, it will throw an error, right? And the pop item is entirely opposite. In the pop item, you don't really have to mention the name of a key, but if you mention the name of a key, it will throw an error. Okay, so I wanted to give this very thorough revision because this is very crucial. Like dictionary is something very much used data type, like the list we have seen, right? Like the list we have seen. So let's try and continue in the remaining time, okay? And continue, I mean, learning a new, learning new functions, okay? Learning new functions. So we have seen pop and pop items, right? Now let's see. There are some more examples of uh, how to remove items, right? How to remove items. So the very second is clear. So we have seen all these things in the list also, couple also, set also. So to remove there are certain functions like pop is there, clear is there, and there is a delete is there, remove is there, right? So let's take this same dictionary, right? The same dictionary. If I ask this, what I will get? Sachin Dhoni Kohli wrote, right? And we also want Sehwag. I will run this. We also got Sehwag here. But what if I don't want anyone in this list right now? So I will say new ditch, right? New ditch cricket, and I will say cricketers. I will simply say clear, clear कर दो. Just clear everyone from this particular dictionary. If I run this and now if I ask this, there are no one. Okay, there are no one. So कुछ इस तरीके से ये कुछ ऐसे करते हैं. So I have run this and now if I ask, so there are no one in the dictionary. So basically this is a sweeper. ये झाड़ू है. ठीक है. It clears everyone, but the premises. So this curly braces are premises, right? So it keeps the premises. It keeps the premises. Then there is this one more another, that is then. So we already know then is a very dangerous data type, right? Dangerous data type. So if I say dictionary, so yeah. So here this dictionary is dictionary. Dictionary does look like this. So if I run this del and I say new cricketer, copy कर लेते हैं, press कर लेते हैं, new cricketers, and I want to delete particular key from here, a key or item. So instead of that, I want to remove Rohit from the team. So I will say like this. Okay. I will say delete Rohit from the from the dictionary. If I do that, what it will do? It will give us an error. Because we have not written it right. So it should not have given an error. But now if you see, there is no Rohit in the there is no Rohit in the given dictionary. Okay. So basically, this was we can do this because we can access the items from the dictionary via keys, but it was not possible in the set also or tuple also. So this delete function does not really work in order to if you want to remove a particular item from the dictionary or a set or a tuple, right? But if you have key in terms of a dictionary, so you can do it, right? And then there is we already know like if I say simply like say like this, right? If I run this and now if I ask whether do we have this particular data type, it will give us an error because it will delete entirely from the memory. Okay. Unlike a clear function. Clear function will what clear function will do? It will clear the items from the dictionary, but it will keep the dictionary, right? It will keep the dictionary. So dictionary is empty now, but it is there in the system. But if you use del as in delete, so what it will do? It will entirely delete that particular dictionary from the system. Okay, from the system. Is this clear? I hope this is clear. If this is clear, drop yes in the comments. Drop yes in the comments, guys. Right. So now Let's learn nested dictionary. Okay, next nested dictionary. So we have learned this nested list, right? Nested क्या होता है? There is a list, for example, inside a list there is another list, inside a list there is another list, right? Nested if and else statement कैसे सीखे थे हमें? If, ठीक है, and else there is another if and else, right? And there is another if and else, so on. So here in the dictionary we also have the similar thing. Okay. Nested dictionary means a dictionary inside a dictionary. Okay, let's open that. Okay. So I will say new dictionary. We need a nested dictionary, right? So for example, I will say EMP EMP ID 01. Okay. I said EMP ID 01. This as a, like, this is the example of a nested dictionary. Okay. This is the example of nested dictionary. So what is the key here? Basically, the this is, you can also call it as primary key, right? So because these are unique, everything is unique here, but how the structure is, right? So let me just zoom a little bit. So everything which is inside a curly braces. So see the color, right? Yellow and yellow. So this is a main dictionary, right? This is a main dictionary. Inside this, the first item is this one. Right? This is the first item because now that is a, like, separated by comma. Okay. Then there is, this is a entire second item. Okay. Sit here. This is the third example. Okay. This is a third example, and this is actually third example. Right. So now if I say if I say new dict, okay, new dict of, if I only say employee one, okay, employee one ही कहाँ है? Employee ID 01. If I ask it, it will give me. I did not give. New dict is not different. Okay, so we have not run it. Okay. Now if I say new dict, so I will get this first item, this item. Okay, this item. Right, right. Again, if I say employee ID 2, this employee ID 2. If I run this, I will get this as a output. Okay, this as a, this as a output. This second dictionary as output. ठीक है, क्लियर है? इज इट क्लियर? क्या ये समझ में आ रहा है? इज इट क्लियर? यस यस, ये अभी की यस के पहले की यस. इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर और नॉट? Right? But what if I want to know what is the name of first employee ID? Like, name is 01. Sorry, ID is 01. Name is John. Like, what is the name of that particular employee ID? Okay. What I've said is, what is the name from the employee ID? One. Okay. So what I can do is, let me just write it here only. I will say new dictionary, right? I will say employee ID as one, employee ID as one, and I will also add one more square braces where I will say name. ठीक है, क्या कहा मैंने, एम्प्लॉय आईडी। तो एम्प्लॉय आईडी से व्हाट आई हैव गॉट दिस एज आउटपुट, ठीक है, ओनली फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर कोड आई हैव गॉट आउटपुट एज दिस। And if I want to know name from this, I will say name. And if I run this, I will get John as output. ठीक है, John as. तो ये how this is separated, like इसको ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. तो first मैंने क्या कर दिया, this as store into s, ठीक है, s में मैंने इसको store कर दिया, ठीक है, s में मैंने इसको store कर दिया, इसको store कर दिया, इस चीज को या इसको इसको कह लो, ठीक है, if I ask this I will get this one, ठीक है, I will get. Now on this yes, if I say name, right, name, ये name को मैंने डाल दिया, right, this is on, this entire name is s, right, s. Now if I say this is on, right, like this. So okay, ऐसा कर लो या directly ऐसा. So to access the item from the nested dictionary, you can say like, you can write like this. So this is like location inside location, ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट न्यू डिक्शनरी, उसके अंदर का लोकेशन है न्यू एम्प्लॉय आईडी, उसके अंदर का लोकेशन है न्यू, ठीक है, लाइक दिस. सो व्हाट इफ यू वांट टू नो द सैलरी ऑफ जेन, ठीक है, यू वांट टू नो द सैलरी ऑफ जेन, सो राइट अ प्रोग्राम, ठीक है, राइट ए पाइथन कोड टू गेट द सैलरी ऑफ जेन. Okay. So this is the question, guys, for you. This is the question for you. Simple है. You just have to think it through. I want to know the salary of Jane. So what I will do? Write in the comments. Let her also know. Write in the comments quickly. Employee ID to salary. Employee ID to salary. Some more answers. Some more answers from anyone. More answers. More answers. The very thing is wrong here, that you have to add this in the quotes. Okay. So let's try to run this new dictionary. Anyone else? Right? Minus 2. What is this minus? Acha, हाँ, minus, that is right. So this is the location of Jane, and this is what we are saying salary below. Okay. So the salary we have got is 60,000. Okay. So this is the right code. Right? This is the right code. All right. So I hope you are getting this, because this is not that difficult. Right. So let's try and get the department of Mike. ठीक है, डिपार्टमेंट कैसे आ सकता है. आई वॉन्ट आंसर एज अ फाइनेंस, ठीक है, आई वॉन्ट आंसर एज अ फाइनेंस. क्विकली टेल मी हाउ आई कैन गेट द डिपार्टमेंट, ठीक है, हाउ आई कैन गेट द डिपार्टमेंट. Try and write this answer. Meanwhile, let me just explain how to get a data frame. So data frame we will learn in the pandas, but data frame looks like this. So what you say, import pandas as PD, okay, and you say that df as a data frame, and I will say PD, that is this PD. Dot data frame is a function, and new dictionary is a this nested list. And if I say df dot I have to transpose this. So T is used for transpose. Run this. I should get an data frame. Okay. I should get a data frame. The answers here. New dictionary, employee ID 3, finance, F as a capital. This is right. So let's see how we can create a dictionary or a data frame. See, this is how the data frame is. Isn't it cool? Right? From this data, from this data, you have created a kind of have created a Excel sheet. This way, this is a row ID. Okay, these are column IDs. These are elements. Right? So if I have to say like employee 3 का ID जो है वो Mike है उसका name and the salary is finance. जेल का सैलरी है 60, एम्प्लॉय का नेम है जॉन, राइट, लाइक दिस. So this is how exciting Python is. Like you can create a data frame. Data frames means like this is called as a data frame. Okay, we'll learn this data frame very thoroughly, but I just wanted to tell you from nested list, nested dictionary, or even from nested list or tuples or anything which has some structure. तो यहाँ पर इसका स्ट्रक्चर था employee ID and everything. तो मैंने I have just said new dictionary. New dictionary इस function में add कर दो. So it automatically identifies if there are rows, if there are columns, right? These are columns, and if there are values. Okay, if there are values or not. So this is how we can create a data frame out of a nested dictionary. Okay, nested. So this can also be a interview question जहाँ पर कुछ ऐसी values दी जाएगी जिसमें you need to think like rows है, columns है, right, columns है, and these are some values, right. So potentially you can create a data frame. If these values are not there, right, so you cannot create a data frame. So you can just by seeing the nested dictionary, you can say whether is it possible to make a data frame out of it or not, right? Data frame out of it or not, right? So mm, let's understand quickly a zip function. Right? Any doubts here? Any doubts here? If there is a doubt, type Q in the question, Q in the comment box, or otherwise C as a clear. Everything is clear. Q means question, C means clear. I'll get an idea that you are getting what I'm teaching, right? Quickly tell me if it is clear or if you have some doubts. So this is clear or if you have some doubts. Clear, clear, clear. What is TF dot T? TF dot T is a good question. So if I remove this one, right? T as in transpose, ठीक है? तो कुछ इस तरीके से कॉलम आएगा, ठीक है? तो एम्प्लॉय आईडी एंड ये सब हो जाएंगे columns, and these will become rows, ठीक है? These are rows. So T means transpose, ठीक है? Transpose. Transpose क्या होगा? your column name will become row and your row name will become column. Okay. So if now I say df.t, okay, df.t, if I run this, your column name has become a row name and your row names have become column names. So T is transpose. Transpose माने कॉलम चेंज हो जाएगा, रोज में रो चेंज हो जाएंगे कॉलम. How that simple, okay? So pandas is very simple, but like it has so many functions. Like you can twist these data frames, right, in a very different manner. Like all सारे operations जो आपके Excel sheet में करे जाते हैं, all the formulas, group buys, sorting, everything can be done in the pandas. Okay, so that much powerful pandas is like separately in pandas. Even जो एक्सेल शीट में भी नहीं होगा, that can also be done in the pandas. ठीक है, so we'll learn very soon, very exciting data science framework, right? Once we complete Python, we will start pandas also, and then NumPy. Okay, so there also I will teach this T as transpose. Okay, T as transpose. Hope this is clear. If this is clear, type C in the comments. Cool. So we were thinking of learning a zip function. A zip function. Okay. A zip function. What is zip? Zip means the word itself, what it says. Right? The word itself, what it says. So let's say you have marks. Okay. This is students' the marks that you have. So instead of this, I only have a dictionary, right, or a list basically of marks. Let's say 90%, 80%, 60%, 99%, 7%. Okay, and then I have students' names as another list. ठीक है, जिसमें है जॉन है, जेक है, माइक है, टॉम है, जेन. ठीक है, all these people. So so what you can do is you can say results, okay, as a new variable here, and if you say zip names and marks, पहले नेम लिख दिया मैंने, फिर मार्क्स लिख दिया, and now if I say result, तो कुछ ऐसा आ जाएगा. So this is called as ऑब्जेक्ट कहेंगे इसको. ठीक है, this is called as object. So you need to unpack this object. Unpack. ठीक है, unpack. So what I will say, I will simply say, putting in the parenthesis, and I will say dictionary of this object. तो इस ऑब्जेक्ट को डिक्शनरी में कन्वर्ट करता हूँ. So now you can see a very nice dictionary that we have got. Dictionary of John got 90 marks, Jane got 86, Mike को थोड़ा दम है, Tom got 99 and Jerry got 87. ठीक है, Tom got 99, Jerry got 87. Simple है, right? You can also like why you can also say list of whatever the result is. तो कुछ लिस्ट बन जाएगी. Jerry, Jane. You can create a list, you can create a dictionary, and you can only create these units in something. Okay, okay. But if you have like even if you have this, you can also convert this into a dictionary. जैसे इसको मैंने ऐसे कर दिया dict final results कर दिया मैंने इसको ऐसे बोल दिया. Now if I say final results, run this, I will get a dictionary again. Okay, so you can convert it into list, dictionary, and like again from list to dictionary also. Okay, so this is how you can do it. This is how you can use a zip function. Okay, this is how you can use a zip function. तो इसके पीछे एक वर्किंग है, ठीक है. So that is not really much concern to do. Back working of a zip function. Not really concerning to you. You just need to know how it is. But let me just give you one example of this same. Okay. So all these functions जो हम देख रहे हैं, right? Zip हो या like salt हो, clear हो, right? All these functions are someone created, right? Someone created using again these for loops or some another loops. Okay. So if I say, uh, let's say I comma keys, okay. So I comma keys or value comma that like. So now what I will say for I in like key and value, right? Here we can say key and value in enumerate of marks. Okay. I think we need to say names. So names, right? Like this. Wait, let me just think a little bit. Here also I need to mention names. And then there is this another loop for j, for example, in a range of length of mark. Okay? Length of mark. And if I say print this, and also if I j, if I is equals to j, whatever the, for example, if I say dict1, I need to mention a dictionary here, guys. Dict1 is equals to empty dictionary. Okay. Now dict1 is also there, and if I say dict1 here, which is divided by the mark of the. So basically, you get the output what we have seen here also. Okay, here the same output you get here as well, right? So my motive here is to the zip function that we have seen. बस इतना लिखने से we write considerably this big code, right? This 3-4 lines of code where I am running two loop inside a loop, right? So here enumerate says, इसको मैं uncomment कर देता हूँ. Enumerate says 0 John 1 Jane. तो key I and key क्या है 0 and John 1 and these and length of marks means इसका length कितना है 5. So this will run at 5 times. That every times I will get checked equals to whether it is J or not. If it is J, it will get assigned the value. So this is how you can get the values like a back function like background में zip के अंदर क्या चल रहा है. So this is what it is happening. ठीक है. वहाँ पर two loops चल रही है. Like two loops are going on. You are getting this particular output. Okay. So the motive here was to explain. So when you use this kind of function that is zip or somewhat other, so the background function look like this. ठीक है. Zip हो, clear हो, remove हो, del हो, right? All those things. ठीक है. All those things. Is it clear? Like, either like at least we got the idea of zip, right? Zip समझ में आया सबको? One quick example. Zip. One quick example, and then I think instead of I think zip is clear. Not really need to give an example. Let's understand dictionary comprehension. Okay. Dictionary comprehension. What do you mean by dictionary comprehension? So one quick example, let's say if I say dictionary 2 is equals to dictionary 2 is equals to if I say I of like this, ठीक है, I of like this. तो यहाँ पर what I have saying एक for loop है, ठीक है. So this is a for loop. For I in a range of 10, ठीक है. For I in a range of 10, I to the power 2, ठीक है. I to the power 2, ठीक है. And I will say print I. If I run this, if I run this, I will get something like this 0 1 2 जो भी I रहेगा वो मुझे 10 टाइम्स चलेगा रेंज एज इन 10 ठीक है इसको if I convert like this list of range of 10 तो ये 10 numbers है right so now if I boil down this into a smaller steps so the very first thing I will visit each and every item each and every item it means this will run 10 times okay 10 times and every time it will like take this 0 and square 0 ka square 0 1 ka square 1 2 ka square 4 and every time 9 ka square 81 okay so this is the working but what I have done is इसको मैं comprehend कर दिया like इसको मैंने छोटा कर दिया that is why it is called as dictionary comprehension and instead here also I have added a dictionary okay here I have added a dictionary so if I don't add a dictionary it will go in somewhere else no, it doesn't work like that. Anyways, and list comprehension is also works the same. Okay? So now what happened? This I got assigned those square values like 0, 1 is to 1, 2 is to 4, 3 is to 9. Like these are squares and these are indices. Okay. So this is how you can do it. Like let me just give you one example. You can list also. Okay. List. I need to check whether this works. This is for list. Uh, no, it does. If I run this, I will get items like this. Okay. So this is called as list comprehension. List comprehension. Sometimes this gets asked in an interview also. So it is really necessary that you understand this. Okay. That you understand this. Okay. That you understand it. So let's see it again. Okay. First, we have learned the function that is range. Range means 10 means there is a list of 10 numbers. Okay, list of 10 numbers. Then second, we have also learned this for loop. That using for loop, you can have a loop, right? So now when we say range of 10, means this I will visit these all numbers. These all numbers. And the same time, it will get this particular code block will run 10 times, right? 10 times. Why? Because this I is every time. This is in the loop of this particular range 10. and those many times this I will get squared 2. Okay, so 0 ka square is a 0, 1 ka square is 1, 2 ka square is 4, 3 ka square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 to the power of 2 is 25, 6 to the power of 2 is 30, right? So this all working here, इसका जो भी working है, can be written like this, right? So for I in the range 10, right? This is entirely same I square. So I'm just adding this I square at just the stop, at just the start, okay? At just the start, and putting putting it in the list. So I will get the output, whatever the output I was getting here. Whatever the output I was getting here, I've just added in the list. Okay. So this function is entirely similar to this, and this list is just outside cover. Okay. And the same, if you just convert into a dictionary, you just have to mention a key. Yeah. So there has to be some key, right? So key is also I. So I का initial value क्या था? I का initial sorry, I का initial value 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. Okay. So here like I का initial value 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And these are squares. So ये key है, ये value है, right? Getting it. So this is a key is to, right? हम ऐसे लिखते हैं ना, key is to value, right? So this is the key. This is entire is the value. And now since this is in a loop, for loop, we are getting these many values, right? 10 values. So this is how we need to understand. So tell me if this is clear. Like slightly complex, but if this is clear, type yes, or we can write some more examples. If this is clear, we can write some more. If this is not clear, I can explain you with some more example. Otherwise, if this is clear, type yes in the comments box. Yes, but why it is not printing end equals to that space? That's a good question. So let me just remove this part. Okay, we just remove it. If you see there is already space, but if I don't do that, you can see it is just sequence of number. But now if I just again add this, so this is a single space. Okay, मैंने क्या करा कि every number will get separate out with this. You can see this is small space is there, small space. So instead of space, if I say like this, so each item got separated by these arrows. Okay, I can also write like this. Yeah, sure. So now each item is on the next line. Is on the next line. So you can add anything. So that is on your preference. So now it is basically this was working. The space between the numbers was there. Okay, I just added a small space. Was there? You can see the small space. Any more questions there, guys? Some more questions. If you have understood everything, then you know you need to write really in the comments. Otherwise, if you have any questions, let's discuss those questions and make this like chat a little bit. Okay, win already learning, already getting. So if you are understanding everything, type win. All right then. Uh, if you have understood everything, you know all the lectures Our recordings are there on YouTube channel. So if you see, if you write Monk Coder, right? So the very first you'll get this. All the lectures are uploaded here every day, right? So this is day 24th actually. This is the day 24th. Go visit this channel and or I will share the link in the description, of course. And also the class notes are updated on GitHub repo. The link is in the also on the group. I will share the link or also in the description. All right, that's it about today. See you in tomorrow's lecture, guys. Bye bye. Take care.